Hello, it's the 11th of March and this is my first update of the month, but I've completed 2 pages. So last month I started and got to about here on page 34 of Eternal Promise, and that left me with this, it's 25 stitches wide, just a little strip to finish off. So the border's quite, there's a lot of confetti in those flowers. The effect's really nice. I like the way that the tendrils kind of come over the frame and go over the picture as well. It's a really nice effect. So, background done. We've got a nice tree going into tree roots down there. This page was mostly floor and trees. So that's the whole thing. That's row 5 done. If I just pull out a bit more, yeah. So there we are, the whole thing so far. Row 5 completed. There's 4 more rows to do. So I'm planning to, the goal for this year is to get at least another row and a half done. So oops, tilt the frame a bit easier. So this rotation, I've got 4 more evenings. No, 3 more evenings. I've got what's left this evening, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to spend on this. So I film now because at the bottom I'm going to have to roll it up a bit and get started on page 36. Be good to get a good start on that, because that border means that this page, because it's the beginning of a row page, I'm doing large format pages, but because it's the beginning of a row page, it's the biggest page on the row, because it doesn't have the overlaps on the pattern, and so slightly bigger. It's the fiddly border and more background. I might have some of her cloak coming in, looking at that. So we'll see, but I'll probably record again on Thursday evening, see where I got to. It may not be that far, but a start's a start. So see you later. Bye bye. Hello, it is the 16th of March. It's a Saturday, and I've just finished my garden club series, Climbing the Trellis. This is the start of the last row. I've got 3 more to do, but this one was 2 parts. So we have pomegranate and lily, and it didn't take long. I started them in February, but obviously had that missing time, so I just finished them off today. And here is where we are. It's not a very good angle. Let's move it a bit. There we go. So this is where I am on Eternal Promise. I've started page 36. This is my April page, or the page I want to get finished in April to remain on target for a page a month. So good start on it. One of those confetti flowers. There's kind of tree roots coming through. This page is mostly this border and the forest background. I think a bit of her cloak comes into it towards the end. So I got a little bit done in those last 3 evenings. So technically I'm now in my spare days for the month. So I felt like switching up from Eternal Promise, because it wasn't that long ago that I'd worked on it for February when I was catching up, and I've got a lot of progress on it. I've got to where I want to be, so I'm now going to spend the weekend. First thing was to finish off Climbing the Trellis, which I've done, and the next thing that I'm going to do is work on I think I'm going to give Away We Ride some time, and I'll do that for the rest of Saturday and on Sunday. I'm making some good progress on Death by Cross Stitch weekend mornings, so I may have another update on, well, we'll have an update on that anyway before the end of the month. So, there we go, Eternal Promise. So I'll be back at some point, probably to show the progress on Away We Ride, and then after that, so starting from Monday, is my week on A Little Light Reading, which is the Heaven and Earth Designs piece that I started on Christmas Day. So I'll see you then. Bye bye. It's Monday the 25th of March, and we're about to head into the last week of the month. So here's an update on what I did last week. I'm working on A Little Light Reading by Randall Spangler. I finished page 1. I started this on Christmas Day. So I finished page 1. There's about those 3 blocks to do. About that. And then I went on and started page 2. I did have a little bit of a break in between finishing page 1 and page 2. Had a day or 2 not working on this. Because it's blocks of colour. Well, there's some other colours. It's mostly like these 2 like pinky cream and a cream, and they're not my favourite colours, especially not for sewing. They're just so light, they don't stand out very well, and there's just so much, and it's blocks, and all this here is just one colour, and that's going to come down a few more 20, almost 30 rows. So it is extremely boring, and just trying to find something else to show you. And it's boring. I get so distracted when I have blocks of colour to do. I struggle with them. No, I know I should be grateful because I was getting 600-700 stitches done an evening. I was getting so much done. So help me get through the page. But when I'm faced with blocks of colour like that, I tend to find that I'm getting distracted. So I'll put my needle down and start looking through the pattern, or start looking on social media. All stuff that I don't want to do because I want to do sewing. I struggle. Now give me blocks of confetti, I'm fine. I complain about it, but it's fun. Anyway, so here is the picture. And what I did was divided it all up. So this is the picture with the page breaks marked on it, which is fairly simple to do. I did this in the paint package that comes with Windows. That's all you need, really. Just need to be able to put a ruler on it so you can see where your dividing lines are. So, as you can see, I have, well, on page 2 I get some tail, but I have 6 pages of this same colour. So what I've decided to do is I think I said that I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to do it because it's wider than I thought. I'm doing diagonal pages, so I've done page 1, started page 2, and then next, when I finish page 2, I'll do page 7, because that way I've got a little bit of tail to look forward to at the bottom of page 2. On page 7 there's a bit more tail, 3 just cover, but then I kind of at least get a mixture, and this goes right the way down. Hang on, zoom out, it'll be easier. But as you can see, as I get through the diagonals, I get mixtures of the quilt. If I didn't do that, I'm sorry if you can hear the cat complaining. He's just in his I want more food mood. He's just had some, but he wants some more. And so, as I was saying, instead of like doing all the plain bits, have the nice fun dragon bits, And then I don't know how many colours are in that book. There'll be a few, I expect. But this down here, this is going to be loads of colour changes, I reckon. So if I go diagonally, I'll at least have some of that to look forward to. And then hopefully there'll be loads and loads of confetti in these bits. The cat's just opened the door and come in. So you can get through these colour confetti bits, and then maybe I'll think, it's nice to have a break, I'll do the cover. So hopefully that is how it will work. But that's it for now. Now I am moving on to Moon Sweet Moon for the last week of the month. I didn't get to work on it last week because of the shortened rotation, but it's out for this. It's out this month and it's out for the week. Hopefully I can get a nice amount done on her, and I'll have an update for you at the end of the month because I've got lots of other bits and pieces done and things that I've worked on to show you. So I'll see you shortly. Bye bye. Hello, it is the 31st of March and I'm just doing a quick update because I'm not going to get anything done today really. So, got a few things to show you. Starting off with Pine Tree Cottage from Michael Powell. I'm just, there's 4 pages in total, so I'm just finishing off the first page, and the sky is done with half cross stitches. So just working through filling that in. I mean, like all these designs, it needs the back stitching so that you can fully see what everything is. But we got the roof of a house. You can see a bit of the house, see some trees. So yeah, I've been working on this one on and off a bit. It's just stitched on 14 count Ada. Just something nice and easy. And next up is Tulip and Lily. I usually get this one wrong way around, lilies and tulip. It's Tulip and Lily, and it's Garden Club series from Blackbird Designs. And actually, if I zoom the other way, you can see it's full wrinkliness. So there's a gap for 2 more, and I was going to be, now I've finished this one, I was going to be switching on to another of my small projects, but we've had to pack some things into rooms, so some work can be done in one of the rooms, and I can't get to my sewing stuff anymore. So, so I might as well just start the next one. And what I've been doing is, I usually work these, do an hour a day at the weekend, but what I've been doing is, rather than looking at social media in the morning, I've been putting my phone down and doing some sewing. I only get about half an hour. It's not long, but added up over a couple of weeks, you get a lot done. You get small finishes and go to work in a better frame of mind. So that is Garden Club. I think it's Fairy Garden. It's the one with a little tiny house on a plant pot. That's the one I'll be working on next. And finally, because I'm not really going to get any more done on her today, as I said, we've been frantically moving furniture around and I ache. It's difficult to say when your arms are aching. So this is Moon Sweet Moon from Passion Ricomo, and I've taken the frame off the stand, so unwound it so you can see. So far we have Big Moon and Half a Lady. I started moving down. I'm going to follow the moon round, and once I've done the moon that's on this page, I'll probably just go across. I don't usually backstitch until the end, but as there is so much backstitching, I decided to go ahead and just do it. Sorry. And as you can see from all the gaps in her, there's a lot of beads. There's 2 colours of beads, 2 different shades of greens, and there's 2 packets of each of those. So really heavily beaded, and because I have her on a scroll frame, I want to be able to get through the beading quite quickly. So rather than backstitch and bead at the same time, I'm planning to backstitch as I go. There's not a huge amount on her. I think there's always this detail on her bra, bustier, on her top, little top, and that carries on into the dress, or the skirt bit. There's not much clothing. So no, there's a skirt, and that's got some of this kind of leafy detail, so kind of what you can see on her crown, and that is all backstitched in petite treasure braid, which is an experience. So there she is, and yeah, so once I've done the stitching and the back stitching, I can get the beading done and hopefully get through it in a couple of days. Hopefully. So she is going away now, and she'll be out at the end of April, by which time the scary part of the house stuff should be done. Yeah, it's just a big emergency bit that it's going to be next week. Luckily, I have everything for Eternal Promise handy. So I'll be working on Eternal Promise next week. I would have shown you Death by Cross Stitch, but that's put away safely, and loads of stuff put in front of it, so I can't get to it. But I did get a lot done on that, so definitely do an update next month on that. So I hope you've had a good March. I hope you've had lots of sewing time. And I hope you're also looking forward to getting a lot done in April. I'm hoping to get a lot done in April, but we're going to have lots of interruptions now, but that was to be expected. So, hope you've enjoyed my progress. I feel like I've got a lot done. I'm certainly made up for February. So, I'll see you again at the end of next month, unless I do a couple of stitch with me's. We'll see how things pan out. Bye bye for now.